what?
Say
What?
Say what?
Hello, lovelies. So today on our Say What segment, we are going to talk about size inclusivity within our brands. I have been looking at a couple of videos and I thought that I would share more than one today just to get different points of views of simply why plus size is not available for all brands. So the first clip that I'm showing is a clip from Ashley Graham's podcast. She interviewed one of her friends, Christian Siriano, who is no stranger to the fashion world. He won Project Runway, and also he was dressed one of our greats, a lot of our greats. I know one of them offhand was Billy Porter. So I'm going to play this video and just let me know what you think.
So it's not that hard. How hard is it to manufacture clothes in every size?
I mean, it's definitely harder. It's not the easiest job. And that's really just because the process is longer. It's like you have to fit your clothes on multiple sizes before you actually produce them, which a lot of brands just don't want to do because they don't want to take the time or the money and the resources. So yeah, that's it. But it's doable. We do it, and I have a small team, so it's not that hard.
So basically what Christian is saying is it just takes a little bit more time, a little bit more effort. And most brands just don't want to put that time and effort into producing plus size clothes. So I'm wondering if it takes more time and resources. I mean, it is a tad bit more expensive, and maybe the brand just don't want to invest in that, even though it makes more sense in this time and age to spread out the sizes in brands. It just seemed like some brands just don't want to do it. We know that the most recent brand that received flack for that was Beyonce's Adidas brand, and it was just kind of Ivy Park, and people were upset like, okay, well, why didn't she include all sizes? She would have made more if she had. But maybe she just didn't have the time or the resources. We know that she has the resources, but maybe it just didn't fit in her deadline to include plus sizes. That is only what I can guess off of what Christian is saying. Yet and still, I hope that when she does release some more from her collection, that she does include the plus size community, because we would buy it just as much as the smaller sizes. Okay, so the next video that I have is from one of my favorite Instagrammers. She is all about empowerment. She is all about body positivity, and I didn't even know she had a YouTube channel, but she really wanted to talk about Fat Girl Flow, and she had a little bit to say about why she thinks that a lot of brands do not include all sizes. So check her out.
2 questions. One of them was, why is it so difficult to make inclusive lines? And the other one is, why is it so expensive to purchase larger sizes? I think I just spit. I'm not sure. Sorry. This is just a theory. I cannot know this for sure because I don't know every plus size manufacturer, obviously. However, creating inclusive lines is a gigantic risk. Most companies, especially companies that are not doing well because our economy is not doing well, because stores are closing everywhere, because everything's changing over to online sales. There is a big shift going on in our marketplace right now. Many stores are already in a kind of tenuous position. Think about like JCPenney, we don't have JCPenney's stores anymore. They're all closing. They're shifting all of their focus to online manufacturing. And so you think about all these huge stores that have all of these other focuses, right? And they have to really save their bottom line. Most of these companies are going to be very risk averse. They are not going to want to try this new big thing when they're already struggling with so many other things. Is that a good excuse? No, it's obviously not a good excuse to not be making inclusive lines. Is it a reason? Sure. The thing that we have found overwhelmingly with the merch line that we created is that if you create inclusive sizes, people will buy them. Overwhelmingly, our higher sizes are always the ones that sell out. People are excited to have access to things in higher sizes. Brands create loyalty in those sizes very, very quickly. And honestly, the competition in those sizes is very, very small. So it's pretty smart for brands to do it. However, it's a huge investment. And brands will say, like, we don't see people buying 4X to 6X, but you also don't see brands pushing that marketing for those sizes. I really believe that there is this group of plus size people that have not been catered to. They do not expect to be catered to either. If you tell them that a new plus size range is coming out, they don't even look at it because they know it's not in their size. These people have never been able to find what they need or what they want, and so they don't take the time to look for it. Of course, why would you? You're just wasting your time. So this group of people really needs a lot of special attention and a lot of special marketing to them. You need a lot of focused energy on reaching that market, but as soon as you are able to reach that market, you sell the fuck out of those clothes. And I think that people who are a size 34, 36 can tell you they have 2 or 3 stores that they shop at, that they know they can shop at, that they shop at every single time to make these clothes, and I still think it's bullshit. Yes, okay? I'll tell you why. If you look at Gap, they have been carrying size 0 to 18 for years. Since I was a kid and cried because I couldn't fit into their size 18, they've been carrying them. It does cost less to create a size 0 than it does for a size 18. You look at like finishings like buttons and zippers and stuff like that, all of that obviously is the exact same cost. But in terms of just the fucking cloth, yes, it costs less. Yes, you are using less. But Gap has looked at their size 0 to 18 and gone, okay, it costs this much to make a size 0, it costs this much to make a size 18. Let's price them at this number so that everyone can pay the same price and the size 0 is not benefiting more than the size 18. Let's just make the price inclusive of all of those sizes. Companies have been doing this for years. The issue is that, like we have discussed, plus size markets are new. So now these companies have to look at size 0 to size 28 instead of size 0 to 18. They have to look at the cost differentials between size 0 and size 28 and decide where they want to land on a cost that will not put them in the hole for size 28, but also not upset size 0 because the price is going to go up a little bit. This is something that companies like Old Navy have just refused to take on. Instead of looking at their entire range, which goes from size 0 to I believe like 32 or 34, instead of saying, okay, we're going to raise the straight sizes just a tiny bit so that we can then bring the plus sizes down and everyone's at the same level, they've said, no, you know what, we're just going to price the plus sizes where they need to be and keep the straight sizes where they need to be and not consider how that affects our customer at all. This is an issue for many reasons. When you charge plus size people more, it disenfranchises them more. It makes them feel not included. It makes them feel like they have to work harder to dress cute, and it really alienates an entire population. So I believe that companies that do this really aren't getting the best they can get out of their plus size sales. I think they would see a massive increase in plus size sales if they did kind of do this with their prices between straight sizes and plus sizes. The issue is that, again, companies are risk averse. They do not want to alienate their size 0 to 18 in order to help out the other market, even though this plus size market is growing at an incredible rate and the majority of people will soon be purchasing plus size clothing.
So not only is time and resources a factor, price is also a factor. I never thought about how when you go into a store, size 0 through whatever is always the same price. So what she is saying that the business will have to somehow account for the price it is to make something 18 and up. because 0 to 18, they've already kind of figured that out, right? So because the plus size is a new thing, the plus size industry is a new thing, businesses are trying to determine how they can price everything the same without being at loss and without irritating customers, pretty much. I never even thought of that, and I think some brands are just like, well, why bother? She mentioned how the retail industry has changed a lot, especially with online. A lot of stores are closing or transitioning online, and really no one is thinking about size inclusiveness right now. I can totally understand where she's coming from. However, the world is getting the world wants fashion for all sizes. It doesn't matter if you are a size 4 or a size 34. Everyone wants to feel beautiful. Everyone wants to feel sexy, and so the brands that have figured it out, I feel like they are more an advantage than the brands that have not. I have actually purchased things that were maybe $2 to $4 more than the original size, because I'm a size 22, and I was okay with that, but maybe some other people are not okay with that. Yeah, it's a little irritating that you have to pay a little bit more, but I always factor in, okay, it's more fabric and it's more time. But stores who have like dedicated platform or dedicated customers, well, I just said dedicated customers, they may not be as inviting to purchase something of the size 18 and maybe gain a little bit of weight, and they're 20 and now they have to pay $2 more for a pair of pants that has the same type of cloth, same type of material, it's going to stretch like everything else, so why do I have to pay an extra $2 for the same crappy fabric? So I can see both sides of it. Tell me, what do you think? What are your thoughts? And until next time, don't forget to be your own kind.